How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes.
A surveyor. What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to...
Got it. Go on, look around.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector. Did you...
The fellow looks like a thug. Ever since these refugees arrived, my best bet is that this thug had some...
And no...
He had some items on his body, but...
I think I should catalogue his...
Go on. They're on the table near the...
And...
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there.
You mentioned a woman screaming who...
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started...
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the...
Do you have any suspect?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it... And now there's a crowd gathered at the...
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the...
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn...
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body? 0.
A man's footprint. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole. Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence. Is this familiar to you?
I uphold the law, so I'm not answering your questions.
Could you help me?
The law can't help you with that.
Everyone's looking at us, Sheriff. You sure you know what you're doing?
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. No hint of blood or impact. The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike. The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
May I ask you something?
The law can't help you with that.
Someone was dragged against their will.
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified. Back off.
No one deserves to end up in a place like this.
If they find out about the...
Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea?
If they find out about the passage... If they find out about the... Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sherry. Perhaps we should sniff around
Help me,
in the
please.
camp a little
Don't
more
think I can help
thoroughly.
you, lad. Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here. A steel dirk, sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something? I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping John. A violent death. This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John. Malpal, soaked with salt water. A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk. £1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona. A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal. Clearly a left handprint here.
You still here? I've already told you all I've learned. Your problem, not mine. Your problem, not mine.
The guards at the...
Less than you do.
And this does...
I can neither... I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
Someone bled profusely here. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? Huh. City Hall lubberheads.
Help me, please.
I uphold the law, so I'm not answering your questions.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry.
Excuse me, just one
Know
question.
what you're doing. Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Can I ask you a question?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you
Back
find the
off.
answer.
Back off.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
A single Malpal butt. Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're 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 not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
So, we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What?
All right, listen carefully.
Oh, well.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it,
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
the wound in his chest was inflicted from and judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become big. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining...
You think one small clerk can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
You're disturbing a hornet's nest here, son.
Who isn't allowed to visit the crime scene these days?
Murder! Beasts!
Excuse me, just one question.
Unfortunately, I know nothing, officer.
Excuse me, just one question.
I am not in the habit of cooperating with authorities.
Everyone's looking at us, Sheriff. You should know.
Is this familiar to you?
I'm sorry, officer, but I can't help you.
one who made the police leave us alone.
I proved to them that your people didn't.
What's in it for you?
Yes, I do. I need to speak.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away. What do you want from Naila?
Naylor. And to find them, I need Naylor's help.
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But I will.
Hello, Naylor? My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people? Christ, Sherlock. Naylor, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John. I long. Naylor doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
You still here? Your problem, not mine.
The intruder has a most peculiar...
You really want to know, kid? What?
I'm sure you have it in your record.
In my records, it's just... Ah, to hell with you. Off the...
Bernadotte?
A respectable businessman in Scaladio. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumors, you see. If Mr. Bernadotte was a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or hanged, right? You're disturbing a hornet's nest here, son.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
ask you a question?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
I'll use it to create a solution. Could you help me?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
That will kill, not save him. Someone was dragged against their will. Are you able to help me?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
I'm afraid these leaves can only be added to tea. I can use this to stop the infection from spreading. Nausea and stomach pain is not what he needs now. Just wash. Better than nothing to bandage the wound. I've collected all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
These events have fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
May I ask you something?
Sorry. We don't see much here. Thank you.
This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Thank you for helping us.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
You're disturbing a hornet's nest here, son.
Sherry, wait. You might want to settle all the matters in the camp before leaving. You probably won't be coming back here anytime soon. These events are fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, we don't see much here. What a lovely man. And this Bernadotte is, eh, Sherry? It seems they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Hey, yo. This is private property. You lost something.
I'm here to discuss
Mr. Bernadotte isn't seeing anyone. You have
It's in Mr. Bernadotte.
one.
I did try to resolve this peacefully.
I'm coming for you.
Too simple.
I'm coming for you.
Take a rest, my friend.
Coming.
The snuff's ready.
I'm coming for you.
Too simple. No more crime for you until next month.
You can overcome the brute now. Give him the pepper snuff.
Don't bother moving.
The snuff's ready. It's all yours now. Go for it.
I'm coming.
Too simple.
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest, my friend. Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff. Sherry, look. This seems familiar.
Let's see what's hidden there. Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case? Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. A Dogon statue from West Africa. A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least. VH Grindley Flow Blue tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
No, sir. Don't hurt me.
It's all right. An
Like you
amazing
didn't
piece of
harm the
culture.
folks on the
I
way
imagine
here?
Many collectors and museums would be interested in having it. Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Don't come any closer. One step and I'll stretch you to pieces.
Have you ever tried to pick up your teeth with broken fingers?
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well,
Whoa. Oh, wow. That was as if somebody put my words in your mouth.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family.
So, you've cut through all the guards just to talk to me. And come here, and we shall talk. Whenever you're ready, I'd hate...
Niccolo Bernadotti, I presume? The name...
Is that so?
The man you sent to the refugee camp failed in his task. He impaled himself.
For a man who just broke onto my property, you are more businessman than brute. You have... The ref...
For what?
Why would I... That is...
Interesting.
So, when you tell me...
It was necessary ground.
You're...
Before you draw...
You have the photograph with you?
I am not naive enough to...
Not...
What?
In return, I will make sure...
What?
It... Seems like a...
What makes you think you can decide what's best
I am
for these
positive of the...
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
The front door's now open, sir. You can leave through it. If you want, of course.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news.
Fill me in, Miss. I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day.
Oh, sweet Mercurio.
I located the thief, but found...
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes.
It was an accident at the refuge.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I found...
Well then...
In Bernadotti's...
Bernadotte? That shady...
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
She was violated?
Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and...
I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually...
Mr. Vogel, I want you to make...
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted. The story is... But you must be aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you?
No matter what one does, the truth tends...
Though it's only your
When you called me, you knew exactly what you would get.
Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot... Well, now that we've resolved... I am told it belonged to your mother.
Previously you mentioned there may... And what
Frankly, I'm not sure how...
Thank you, Mr. Vogel.